sanctions act as deterrents, as it were. A major mileage for us is to intensify the framework of arrest and prosecutions. I believe that we have scored huge successes in this fight. So I want to emphasize the deployment of technology, and we intensify the framework for arrest and prosecution. On behalf of Akwa Ibom South that I represent, we share in the concerns of Nigerians. We salute that our president is leading from the front, but we challenge other.
The Senate President Emeritus.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues. That's our reality. And in a situation like this, it is also time for unity. And let me say, Mr. President, that our armed forces are doing their best.
Senator Zam, approach the
available to them. Mr. President, very soon we will pass the budget for 2026. I will urge this Senate, and indeed the entire government, to ensure that we continue to improve on the resources available to armed forces. And then we insist on value for money. Give them targets, set targets and timeframes that accrue to us. Because the security of lives and property, everyone knows, is the fundamental reason why a government exists. And no investor, even a local domestic investor, will invest comfortably in a country where the security is compromised. Talk less of foreign direct investments. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we don't need to go to any part of the world to beg anybody to come to Nigeria to invest if we secure our country. Why? We are over 200 million. That's a huge and massive market for any product. And in fact, we excel everywhere in the world. Our challenges are within our country. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, we can continue to buy arms and ammunition and platforms from other countries, but that is not the way to go in the long run. Because we bought the Super Tucanos. What happened? So the sensors that we needed on those Super Tucanos were not made available. We have therefore every reason to devote so much resources and make the right policies and legislations for DICON, the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, based in Kaduna, to function. The president, when he came into office, the DICON Act was one of the first acts he signed. And today, we have some companies that have to do with defense industries trying to come into Nigeria. We have to encourage them. We have to provide the enabling in other countries. What will come to us in 1 month could be there for 3 months, or 3 years rather. Why? Politics. Mr. President, so far, the situation in the last 1 month in Nigeria is tense, is tough, and requires full support, complete and total support for the leadership of this country, information, and protect such citizens who volunteer information. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the privilege to speak.
So guys, according to the first speaker here, so you guys heard him, he already noted that the president is leading from the front, which is good. Yes, it's good that the president is involved in everything, leading from the front. Yeah, but he also talked about the intensification of arrest and prosecution. Okay, yes, because you can see that the girls those people that were released, people were like, oh, what arrest? How did they rescue them? Any arrest? Any exchange of battle or whatever? So people just want to know exactly what happened and how they were able to rescue those people. All right. So he is talking about arrest and prosecution, should be intensified. It's not we will be hearing bandy, but nobody have been arrested and nobody have been prosecuted. So they need to speed up those. So those are the things that deter people from doing more. Because if nobody have been arrested and nobody have been prosecuted, what we are hearing is this, that. So other ones will still be encouraged to be doing so. All right. So he also talked about sanctions, that they should sanction when it is necessary to sanction. He also talked about deployment of tech, yeah, technology is very, very important in this period we are now. So people use technology to find out so many things. So he is right. Technology is very, very necessary. And again, he also recognized that the president is leading from the front, which is the basic thing. Yeah. So a leader must lead by example. Yeah. So kudos to the president as he leads from the front. Also, the second speaker here, he talked about that it is time for unity. It is time for Nigerian unity. We all know that. You don't need to tell us. It's time for unity. You know, they have been speaking all this rhetoric for years, and it has not been yielding anything. You know, anyways, it's time for unity if they will agree. If they will agree, because I know that people of the southern part is not like what the thing happening in the country is more in the northern part. So I don't know if their leaders are really talking to them or not. You know, so they need to really do their homework at home. Okay, each and every one of the rep supposed to reach their people over there in the north, because all these things that is happening, majority is happening in the north. You know, it's happening in the north, and it's trying to move to the south. All right. So the northern leaders should try to, you know, do some homework. Some homework is needed. Yeah, some homework is needed. So that second person also, he was also talking about the budget, that the budget they will pass the budget for 2026, that there is need to improve in our resources, and there is improve to, you know, to give our, you know, leaders or the forces, is good to give them target and time, you know, in order to deliver whatever they want them to deliver. Okay. Yeah. So he also talked about improving our security architecture, like that in is it in Jos? You know, yeah. He said that if the country is, you know, is safe, that you don't need to beg for investors to come in. Investors will find you. Yeah, investors will find you if you have security and all that in your place. Okay, which is good. Yeah. So, and also he talked about right policies should be implemented, and yeah, he's right. That is very, very right. So he said that we should also invest in defense companies, like that one, make the defense companies, the one in Kaduna, to function. Okay. Yeah. So all those things, if all those things function, that people, even international people, can also be attracted to come in. You don't need to beg them to come in. All right. So we also need total support, and also we need to protect, especially people that, you know, voluntarily give information. We need to protect them, and that is right. Yeah, that is absolutely right. We need to protect people that tips the government about, you know, certain important things. Yeah, we need to protect their identity. Need to protect them. It's not exposing them, and you know how the country is. He is right. So let's hear from other people too.
Senator Titus Zam, I represent Benue Northwest Senatorial District. Mr. President, I rise to first of all sympathize with my colleague, Senator Ashiru from Kwara State, who has had a share of what my senatorial district of Benue Northwest has been going through in the last few months. You will recall that in June this year, Yelewata was in the news, where bandits came and killed over 200 of my constituents. Indeed, Mr. President himself paid a condolence visit, capacity and strategies within my senatorial district, which has become the epicenter of the crisis in Benue State. Soldiers are cried here one time. The manner of posting is the issue. Soldiers are kept along the major road from Makurdi to Naka, while the hinterland is left open, and they only react when there is an attack. The bandits are there. The military know that they are there. It's not as if they are not aware. These are human beings. They are not invincible. They have driven away my constituents and they are living in beings. There may be some logistical challenges. But I think Mr. President has done so much in deploying. There are no soldiers in Lagos, for example. There are about 5 military checkpoints, but they are all on the road. So what happens? So in one of our resolutions here,
and then there's communication with those military checkpoints. They could see the bandits as they are moving with their motorcycles or whatever towards a particular area. Am I right?
Mr. President, yes.
So the world has gone digital, and then we should also go digital. We can't sit here to talk about military strategy, but I think it's something we can suggest, that we don't need to be physically present in the location before you can see that location. So these are some of the issues that we'll put together. Senator Sani Musa.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Mohammed Sani Musa, representing Niger East Senatorial District. If this chamber will recall, so many occasions when I stand either presenting a motion is on the issue of security, especially what is happening in Shiroro, Munya, and Rafi local governments then, which happens to be my constituency. But today, almost all the local governments in Zone C, that is Niger North, have been afflicted with this serious issue of insecurity. I know Mr. President is doing very well, and he deserves commendation for the fact that he has to show his international engagements and to be having briefings from service chiefs almost every day. But we must also help Mr. President. We also have to help the armed forces. If a kidnap is done today, where hundreds of kids are being taken, and then the same hundreds of kids are being negotiated upon to get their return, what we're supposed to do is to ask ourselves, who is the intermediary between those armed bandits and those that want these kids to be released? You want a solution. We know where the solution is, but we are not bold enough to face it. They use phones to call people to negotiate and even tell where these people will go to pick those guys there, those children they have released. My colleague is talking about technology. If our armed forces don't have it, our security or intelligence agencies don't have it, then we are not yet serious about tackling security in this country. Because for every phone call, there's a coordinate. And these people are there sending messages, sending clips on social media, making our country a laughingstock. If we want to help Mr. President, it is not only Mr. President that will give directive. The Senate is a legislative chamber that will, whatever resolution we take here is binding. Why must we wait until President? Is it everybody that will go to the President and ask for order? We should give that order here. Who are the people negotiating? We grab those people first. And then let them tell us how the link, what is their link with these bandits? It should not be business as usual. Families are suffering. So people are living in their comfort places, making phone calls with these bandits. Can't we identify them? We can identify them. How do we do it? The gadgets we have bought for the National Security Advisor, the gadgets we have bought for telecommunications, they will be able to tell us where all these people are. But we are here, we are sending them blames. It started from one local government. It started from Bono. In one local government. And today it's spreading everywhere. No state is immune. I don't want to put politics in this thing. No politics. It's a reality. If I have my brother, my son, if he's doing this thing, he should be picked. The law should take its course. We are confusing him. We're supposed to help him. How did the funds originate? They will arrest 58 and release 58. No gunshots, no arrest, nothing. And then tomorrow we wake up to another banditry. Why should it be like that? Mr. President, it is on you as our leader to tackle this thing head on without any fear or favor. We will stand for you. We voted for you. We should not be here playing politics with the life of this country. We must own our responsibilities. Mr. President will direct, but we have to do our own to help him to navigate well. The United States of America have come up with an issue that there's insecurity in Nigeria. It's not for Mr. President to handle alone. The two chambers of the National Assembly are supposed to take this issue very seriously. We're supposed to be a legislature that will engage another legislature. If a senator or a congressman will talk, a senator and a congressman in Nigeria are supposed to talk and engage them. They represent their own people, we represent our own people. We should be given the opportunity, Mr. President, to engage these people directly on ways and means they think they can give us intelligence informations. As they did before, there was kidnapping in Nigeria of an American. And they came, rescued in our own land. What are we talking about? I rest my case, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Badahonsi.
Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I think it is an hour of truth now. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We will tell Mr. President the truth so that we are not going to be consumed. All. The questions are so many, but few will be asked. This within Nigeria, what of their captors, particularly the hostages? They are here in Nigeria. Then we are now talking of technology. Which technology? As a nation, we have a nation with full military power. That's what we call Nigeria, which all of us belong to. Then some tortured, wretched boys are now holding us to ransom. And we are saying